Can. Usage. Expresses ability, capability, permission, or possibility. Examples. Ability. She can play the piano. He can swim like a champion. They can speak fluent Mandarin. The cat can climb to the top of the tree. My brother can fix electronics with ease. The athlete can run a mile in under 5 minutes. Permission. Can I borrow your pen? Can I use your computer to finish my assignment? Can I have a piece of cake from the dessert table? Can I go to the park with my friends this afternoon? Can I borrow your pen for a moment during the meeting? Possibility. It can get quite cold in the winter. The weather forecast suggests that it can rain later in the evening. With enough practice, he can become an exceptional dancer. If you study consistently, you can achieve high scores on your exams. Depending on the traffic, we can reach the airport in about an hour. Note: can is used for present and future situations. Could. Usage. The past tense of can, indicating past ability, permission, or possibility. It can also be used for making polite requests. Examples. Past ability. He could swim when he was 5 years old. When I was younger, I could ride my bike without training wheels. She could speak fluent French after living in Paris for a year. He could solve complex puzzles that even adults found challenging. They could climb trees easily during their adventurous childhood days. Polite request. Could you please pass me the book? Could you please pass me the salt? Could you spare a moment to help me with this heavy box? Could I ask you to hold the door for me? Could you kindly share your insights on this topic during the meeting? Possibility. It could rain later. There could be a chance of thunderstorms later in the day. Depending on his schedule, he could attend the conference next week. If the traffic is light, we could reach the destination earlier than expected. With some extra effort, she could improve her performance in the next competition. Note: could is also used to express conditional statements and hypothetical situations. May. Usage. Expresses permission, possibility, or uncertainty. Examples. Permission. May I go to the restroom? May I use your phone to make a quick call? May I have your permission to leave the office a bit early today? May I enter the meeting room? I need to grab my notebook. May I borrow your umbrella? It looks like it might rain later. Possibility. It may rain this evening. There may be a chance of snowfall later this week. Depending on the availability of tickets, we may attend the concert. She may join us for dinner if her work schedule allows. The project's success may lead to new opportunities for the team. Uncertainty. He may come to the party, but I'm not sure. He may or may not arrive on time. His schedule is unpredictable. The outcome of the experiment is uncertain, and it may yield unexpected results. She may choose to accept the job offer or explore other options. We're not sure if the event will take place, it may depend on the weather conditions. Note: may is more formal and less commonly used in everyday conversation. Might. Usage: similar to may, it expresses possibility, permission, or a smaller degree of certainty. Examples: possibility. She might join us for dinner. It might rain tomorrow, so I'll take an umbrella just in case. Depending on the traffic, I might arrive a little late to the meeting. She might consider traveling to Europe during her summer break. If you study consistently, you might excel in your exams. Permission. Might I suggest an alternative? Note: but might is not typically used to express permission in English. Uncertainty. I might be able to attend the meeting. The outcome of the experiment might be influenced by several variables. We're not sure if he'll attend the party, he might have other plans. Depending on his availability, he might be able to join us for the movie. The conference might be postponed due to unforeseen circumstances. Note: might is often used in more tentative or speculative contexts. Shall. Usage, primarily used in formal or legal contexts to indicate future actions or obligations. It can also be used to make suggestions or offers. Examples: future action. I shall call you tomorrow. I shall meet you at the park at 3 p.m. as planned. We shall complete the project by the end of this week. Shall we go for a walk after dinner? She shall email you the details of the upcoming event. Obligation. You shall abide by the rules. As citizens, we shall obey the laws of our country. The team shall ensure the project is completed within the set timeline. Guests shall adhere to the dress code for the formal event. Participants shall attend the mandatory orientation session. Suggestion. Shall we go for a walk? Shall we consider trying the new restaurant for lunch? If you're looking for a weekend activity, shall we go hiking? Shall I help you with carrying those heavy bags? Given the weather forecast, shall we reschedule the outdoor event to a later date? Note: shall is less common in everyday modern English, especially in American English. Should. Usage. Expresses advice, suggestions, obligations, or expectations. Examples: advice. You should see a doctor if you're not feeling well. If you want to improve your health, you should incorporate regular exercise into your routine. Considering the traffic, you should leave a bit earlier to reach the airport on time. To excel in your studies, you should create a study schedule and stick to it. Given your symptoms, you should consult a doctor to determine the cause of your discomfort. Obligation. We should finish this project by the end of the week. Employees should attend the mandatory training session next week. Students should complete their assignments before the deadline. As responsible citizens, we should recycle to help protect the environment. If you're feeling unwell, you should stay home and rest to avoid spreading illness. Expectation. They should arrive at the airport soon. He should arrive at the office by 9 a.m. as per his usual schedule. After studying all night, she should be well prepared for the exam. The repairs should be completed by the end of the week, according to the contractor. With his experience, he should be able to provide valuable insights during the meeting. Note: should often conveys a sense of responsibility or a recommended course of action. Will. Usage. Expresses future actions, intentions, predictions, or willingness. Examples: future action. She will meet us at the restaurant. I will meet you at the cafe at 3 p.m. tomorrow. They will start the construction project next month. She will send you the updated report by the end of the day. The event will take place on Saturday evening at the community center. Intention. I will complete the assignment tonight. I will dedicate more time to learning a new language this year. He will focus on improving his communication skills for his upcoming presentation. She will work diligently to achieve her career goals. They will invest in sustainable practices to reduce their environmental impact. Prediction. It will rain tomorrow. The weather forecast indicates that it will rain heavily tomorrow. Based on current market trends, experts predict that the stock prices will rise next month. She believes that advancements in technology will shape the future of education. Considering his determination, it's likely that he will achieve great success in his endeavors. Note: will is one of the most commonly used modal verbs for expressing the future. Would. Usage. The past tense of will. It's used to express past habits, polite requests, preferences, and conditional statements. Examples: past habit. When I was young, I would visit my grandparents. When I was young, I would ride my bike around the neighborhood every evening. She would visit her grandparents every summer during her childhood. Back in school, he would often help his classmates with their assignments. They would spend hours playing board games on rainy weekends. Polite request. Would you mind passing me the salt? Would you mind passing me the salt, please? Would you be able to help me move this heavy table? Would it be possible for you to proofread my essay? Would you kindly let me know if the meeting time changes? Conditional statement. If I had more time, I would travel more. If I had more time, I would travel around the world. She would attend the concert if she could get tickets. If it stopped raining, we would go for a walk in the park. They would have won the game if they had scored that last goal. Note: would is also used in reported speech to convey indirect statements or questions. Must. Usage. Expresses necessity, obligation, or strong recommendation. Examples: necessity. You must complete the assignment by Friday. I must complete this report before the end of the day. She must follow the doctor's instructions to recover quickly. We must ensure that safety protocols are followed at all times. To succeed in this project, they must work together as a team. Obligation. I must attend the meeting. Employees must attend the mandatory training session tomorrow. Students must submit their assignments by the given deadline. We must respect the rules and regulations of the organization. As responsible citizens, we must contribute to the welfare of our community. Strong recommendation. You must try the chocolate cake, it's delicious. You must try the seafood pasta at that restaurant, it's their specialty. If you're visiting that city, you must visit the historical museum. To fully understand the concept, you must read the entire chapter. If you want to succeed in the competition, you must practice consistently. Note: must is quite direct and indicates a strong sense of requirement. Ought to. Usage. Expresses moral obligation, duty, or strong recommendation. Examples: moral obligation. We ought to help those in need. We ought to help those in need, especially during difficult times. As responsible citizens, we ought to protect the environment for future generations. She ought to apologize for her behavior, it was inappropriate. It's our duty to speak up against injustice, so we ought to raise our voices. Duty. She ought to apologize for her behavior. Employees ought to follow the company's code of ethics in all their interactions. As a team leader, she ought to ensure that her team members have the resources they need. Students ought to attend classes regularly to make the most of their education. We ought to fulfill our commitments and responsibilities in a timely manner. Recommendation. You ought to consider their advice. You ought to visit that art gallery, it showcases some incredible works. Given your interest in photography, you ought to attend the photography workshop. If you're looking for a good book to read, you ought to try that new novel. Considering the weather forecast, you ought to take an umbrella before you leave. Note: ought to often implies a sense of what is right or advisable to do. Need to. Usage. Expresses necessity, requirement, or recommendation. Examples: necessity. I need to finish this report before the deadline. I need to finish this project before the deadline. She needs to see a doctor about her persistent cough. We need to address the issue immediately to prevent further complications. If you want to succeed, you need to put in consistent effort and dedication. Requirement. You need to have a passport to travel internationally. Students need to submit their assignments by the end of the week. Employees need to complete the mandatory training before starting their new roles. In order to attend the event, you need to RSVP by the specified date. Applicants need to provide all the necessary documents for the visa application. Recommendation. You need to see that movie, it's amazing. You need to try the new restaurant in town, the food is amazing. If you're feeling stressed, you need to take some time for self-care. Given your travel plans, you need to pack some warm clothing for the trip. If you're looking for a reliable mechanic, you need to visit that auto shop, they provide excellent service. Note: need to indicates a sense of obligation or requirement. Have to. Usage. Expresses necessity, obligation, or requirement. Examples: Necessity. I have to study for the exam. I have to finish this report before the meeting starts. She has to take her medication at the prescribed times. We have to make a decision soon to avoid any further delays. If you want to succeed, you have to put in the effort and stay focused. Obligation. He has to attend the conference. Employees have to attend the mandatory training session. Students have to follow the school's dress code policy. We have to respect our elders as a cultural obligation. As a responsible pet owner, you have to ensure your dog is well cared for. Requirement. Employees have to wear a uniform. Participants have to submit their applications by the deadline. As per the job description, candidates have to possess strong communication skills. To enter the competition, contestants have to be at least 18 years old. Students have to fulfill the prerequisites to enroll in advanced courses. Note: have to is often used interchangeably with need to but can sound slightly stronger. Used to. Usage. Expresses past habits or actions that were regular in the past but have since changed. Examples: past habit. I used to play the piano when I was younger. I used to ride my bike to school every morning when I was a child. She used to spend hours reading books in the library during her free time. We used to visit our grandparents every summer vacation. They used to play soccer in the park every weekend when they were younger. Change over time. She used to live in Paris, but now she lives in London. She used to dislike spicy food, but now she enjoys it. He used to live in the city, but he moved to the countryside last year. We used to take long road trips, but now we prefer flying for convenience. They used to be close friends, but their interests have changed, and they drifted apart. Note: used to is used exclusively for talking about the past.